We drove to New Jersey.
Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I am super excited to bring you a mini room makeover of our youngest son's room. For those of you who are new here, my name is Danielle and my husband and I have 3 little boys, Gabriel, Grayson, and Kaiden. Our youngest, Kaiden, just turned 3 in February. He does have Down syndrome, so he's developmentally a little bit behind. But he had started climbing out of his crib, and we wanted to transition him to a big boy bed so that it would be, a little bit safer for him. But considering everything, we wanted to make sure that this bed was low to the ground and he wouldn't easily fall out of it. So we decided to build the bed ourselves, and we found this free plan by Woodshop Diaries that was listed on the Craig Tool website. I will list that down below. And we spent my spring break redoing Kaiden's room. So I just kind of started by measuring and cutting all the wood so that I could piece everything together. I am going to show you most of the process of building the bed. However, it is very sped up, and I'm not showing like every single little cut and every screw or anything like that. That would have taken way too long. But I will kind of give you step by step how we built the bed. So once we had all the wood cut down, we went ahead and started drilling a bunch of the pocket holes. We started with drilling the pocket holes on the 2x4s. These are the main pieces of the bed frames. We did have some 1x4s that needed pocket holes, but we saved that for another time. We wanted to get all of the framing built first. So that's what we did. Once we got all the pocket holes screwed in, we just kind of placed everything out the way we needed it to lay out and started piecing each piece together. So right now we are building the frames for the headboard and footboard. So this is a house bed. It pretty much sits on the ground. There are some slats that hold the mattress off, but the framing itself sits directly on the ground. So you see us just kind of lining everything up and piecing together each piece of the frame. So we started with the headboard and footboard, and then we started working on the backside frame and then the front frame.
Ask me to leave, 'cause I wanna stay. We don't listen when we talk. We fight fire with fire. It's like we don't know how to talk without the flames getting higher. You hear when I hear me, yeah, nothing else in between, yeah. Try to connect without making a scene, but we don't listen when we talk. We don't.
So the headboard and footboard was pretty much all we managed to get finished on the first day. Now it is a second day, and I'm going in and putting pocket holes in all the 1x4s that will be used as like a panel on each of the sides of the bed. So I spent quite a bit of time doing these pocket holes. Initially, we started to glue the paneling together the way it called for in the instructions, but then we decided we didn't want to drag this out any longer than it was already taking. So we eventually just went in and started piecing each of the panel pieces in without gluing anything. We just kind of made sure we secured the sides of the framing around the paneling so that we could really get those cinched in tightly.
'Cause I'm bulletproof, yeah, I'm bulletproof. We've been up, we've been down, trying to figure things out. End up losing myself in this room. But I'm done being dumb, gotta end it all now. I won't never turn it round again. Oh no 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 no, don't you
So this is the point at which we gave up on waiting for the glue to dry and started securing the rest of the panels in without gluing them. So the first thing we did was kind of lay them out, and then we tightened each of the sideboards to kind of pull those panels together, and then we screwed the panels in. And we just did that for the back and front of the bed, and then we did both the headboard and the footboard. So each of these pieces, the panels needed to be flush with the back side of the framing, which is where you screw it in. So we used some scrap wood that we had laying around to just use it as a spacer to hold those panels up off the ground so that everything was nice and level. Alright, so once we finished with all of the pieces, we went in and just sanded everything down real well. Like I was saying earlier, we didn't want any splinters. The sanding took quite a bit of time because we had to sand every piece of wood that was going onto the bed. I also sanded down the planks because I didn't want anything that would be able to snag our mattress or anything like that. So there was a ton of wood that had to be sanded down. So I'm not going to show all of that because that would take entirely too long. Alright, so once we were done with each piece of the bed, we took everything up to the baby's room to get it assembled. I did have to take his crib apart because he had taken a nap in his crib for the last time while we were downstairs doing some of the work on the bed. So we just took the crib apart. I actually donated it to someone in the neighborhood that needed a crib, and then we are going to start piecing together the bed.
Tonight, they led me to you. Every single time you look at me, I lose it too. Why don't you come sit next to me? Let things happen naturally, like it used to be. I don't wanna go and waste another day. Mess it up again, lost in my way. I'll be the one to have the highest price to pay. If I make it home tonight, may I hold you one last time? Let me hold you one last time. What if it's too late for me now?
So once I had the crib out of the room, I decided to go ahead and vacuum the floor where the bed was going to go because I knew that once this bed was in, it's probably not going to be moved until we either get rid of it or move out of this house, because this bed is very heavy once it's all together. So once I cleaned the floor, we started connecting everything. We just screwed the back piece into the headboard and footboard, and then we added the front piece after we got that piece secured.
Next to me, let things happen naturally, like it used to be. See clear through the smoke.
So once all 4 sides of the bed were put together, we then had to go in and put the top supports on both sides and then at the very top of the frame.
Supposed to save the situation while the steps getting wasted, even though we feel the same. Would you hug me in the dark? Let the worries go away. Would you do it all again? Do it all again? Would you leave your finger marks on my body while it sways? Would you light my way, find my way home again? My home is you. My home is you. My home is you.
So once all the top supports were secured, we put some runners on each side of the bed frame, and this is what the bed slats would sit on.
Here we are, where we thought we'd never be. Is there ever a way to be free? Can we turn back time so long, my dear?
Alright, so this is the last portion of actually building the bed. So we're just going through and putting each of the slats in and then screwing in the middle support for each of those bed slats. And we just kind of, we started at the head and then we put one in the middle and then we just tried to evenly space everything out.
Would you leave your finger marks on my body while it sways? Would you light my way, find my way home again? My home is you. My home is you. My home is you. My home is you.
So once we got all the bed slats in, I took a flat sheet and just kind of stapled it around the very edges of the bed. I wanted to protect the mattress from the wood bed slats, but I also wanted to be able to prevent things from falling like underneath the bed and just have some sort of barrier so we wouldn't have to like lift the mattress up all the time to clean out from underneath it if Kaiden brought little toys or anything into his bed. So I just kind of pulled it snug, stapled it all the way around, and then cut off the excess.
Life goes up and it goes down.
Alright, now we're throwing the mattress on, and then I'm going to move into cleaning up the room so that I can put a couple little decor pieces around. I did go in with a wet towel and wipe all the wood off. We had kind of wiped everything down before we brought it in, but it still felt like there was some sawdust and stuff on it, so I wanted to take a wet towel and wipe it down, and it actually got a lot more off.
Friends are nearby, don't need another view. Time is not on my mind, but then it's you. Oh, I love it when the love comes around, and then I remember all things must pass. But I'm not gonna wake up, wake up. I'm not ready, let me have another day. Don't wake up, wake up. Keep it steady, cause I'm happy, I'm not gonna wake up.
Alright, now I am just vacuuming the rest of the room, and then I am going to pull his TP back out of the closet and set it up, and then we will move into hanging up some pictures.
And I'll be fine, but how you know that I'll be there when it feels like I'm lying every time someone asks how it goes, and I save the details that actually mean something. Sun is shining, but the rain is welcome too. Friends are nearby, don't need another view. Time is not on my mind, but then it's you. Oh, I love it when the love comes around, and then I remember all things must pass. But I'm not gonna wake up, wake up. I'm not ready, let me have another day. Don't wake up, wake up. Keep it steady, cause I'm happy, I'm not gonna wake up. No, not yet. Whoa, no, not yet.
So I had ordered these 3 prints off of Amazon. I wanted to go with the black and white that kind of stuck with the rest of the room, but I wanted it to have some sort of like nature type thing. So I found these and I love them. My original plan was to actually hang them down lower, but then we thought, you know, Kaiden's gonna pull them off the wall and stuff like this. So I settled for making it look like they were just kind of leaning against the wall. But I did put screws behind it so that they can't just be knocked off if he's moving around in his bed. And I really love how it turned out with the rest of the room. So the last thing I have to do in Kaiden's room is put his mattress protector on his mattress and make his bed up with his Betty's sheet set. I absolutely love these Betty's sheet sets. All of my boys have them. I have mentioned them in previous videos. I do recommend them. However, they are on the pricey side, so I got mine when they did like a buy one get one half off sale. So that is pretty much it for this video. Here in a second, I will give you the final look and also show you Kaiden's reaction to his new room. But I just want to take the time before that to say thank you for taking the time to watch this, and I really hope you enjoyed it. I am super busy at work. We are moving into the last few weeks of the school year, and we are down to 2 counselors. So this will probably be the last video that I post for a couple weeks. But once school is over and we are on summer break, I will be back with more cleaning videos and maybe some more room makeovers. So if you are interested in that, please make sure you subscribe to my channel and also click on that bell so you get notified when I do make new content. So thanks again and have a good night.
Demons tell me that I'm useless and I don't have anything.
I guess that's one way to do it. That's Kaiden bed.
Yes, she is.